Hey, everybody, just let me know, whenever somebody joins the chat room, let me know if the audio is good before I start as well. Hey, everybody, just let me know, whenever somebody joins the chat room, let me know if the audio. I had to mute myself. I had that in there. I actually have to just post one thing for my patrons, letting them know that I'm going live. Cool. Oh, cool. Everybody can hear me? Nice. Audio's good. Nice. Cool. Glad everybody, welcome everybody. Today is Lionsgate. I'm glad everybody's here too as well. Let me see. I actually want to record this as well on my Zoom. Glad as everybody's here today on Lionsgate. I'll be with you guys in the chat room in a minute actually as well. But today is Lionsgate, right? Today is 8/8 Lionsgate. And before we even get started, I want to let everybody know we're going to be doing a very special giveaway at the Mystical Spiral store today. Anyone who makes a purchase at our website will be receiving only for today, for 8/8, we'll be receiving a special gift package with 3 items. And it'll be fluorite, shungite, which is elite noble AAA shungite, and petrified wood. So this is an interesting package we're going to be concluding. No matter who makes a purchase today at the Mystical Spiral store, they will receive that package with their order. So, and of course, anyone who spends over $88 will receive a significant amount more of that quantity of those products. So that's for the 8/8 giveaway at the Mystical Spiral store today. And today, actually, after this, I'll be working with some of the earth energies and some of the at a vortex area on our planet. And today is an interesting cosmic interdimensional gateway. I know that sounds a lot of metaphysical when you hear that, but it's been an operational and functional gateway for eons. And specifically in the time that we're in now, this Aquarius Leo axis that we're at, this is right here during Lionsgate, when Orion and Sirius, all of these sort of align and peak on 8/8. This is an interdimensional cosmic gateway, almost like a natural stargate for people to channel in certain energies. People that are highly intuitive will receive urges to do certain things at these times, and they'll be drawn to certain areas, certain crystals for certain reasons. And we're approaching the peak right now of Lionsgate, right today, right on 8/8. And this is sort of like a time where we could balance those masculine and feminine principles of nature, and we could channel in those energies, which is really important for us now. It's really important for us at the time we're in to bring in those feline energies that help with the divine feminine on our planet, and the masculine that's been out of control, right? We're losing the divine masculine power, and there's a need to align the divine feminine. And that's where those feline energies, a lot of people that have gotten telepathic experiences with feline type of entities. This is the way they appear telepathically with us, but it's fifth density intelligences that are not forms of life that we are. This is the way they come telepathically sometimes to make us feel more at ease. But they are from a different time and different space than we are currently in. But starting, I would say, in the early 1900s, people might not have been comfortable with talking about it at that time, but people were channeling in those feline energies. There's an interesting book by Dr. Charles Muses, The Lion's Path. If I don't know if it's hard to find, I have a copy of it here somewhere, but it might be hard to find nowadays. It might be expensive to get, but he talks a little bit about it in those books. You got to be careful because some of the feline energies could bring in dark energies as well. It's not always positivity. Like there's books by Robert Masters, for example, that explores that dark side of the feline energies. He has a book that I do not recommend, but I mean, I have it in my collection. Actually, I could show you. This is not a book I recommend. I have it for research, but this is not something I would personally follow, of course. In fact, his wife, this guy's wife, one time was a personal, what would be the right title? Consultant, maybe, to Hillary Clinton, almost like a personal astrologer even to Hillary Clinton. Right here. Wait, let me shut the light off on this. So this was by Robert Masters. This is the Goddess Sekhmet book. Like, this is not something I recommend. The information is more exploring the dark side of the goddess energy. And the forward is written by Kenneth Grant, so that shows you as well the kind of information that we have here. But there's certain things that I took out of this book for some of my research, like some of the names of the goddess. That's one of the reasons I got this book many years ago. And if you tried to buy it now, it probably would be over $100 because these were rare. These are, they're out of print, probably, these books. But like I said, I don't recommend someone even go and try to spend money on this book. But it explores that dark side of the goddess, actually, in many ways. Like, because some of that feline energy is about going into the belly of the beast, and that kundalini sexual fire, that flame that we all have inside us. They're exploring some of that. Well, if people want to, you can find out on your own. I don't want to promote that as well, but there's all different sides of that feline energy is what I'm saying. And on 8-8 right here, we have this cosmic gateway, this interdimensional access and doorway, an energy exchange that we're going to be having. It's a time of energy exchange and initiation. There's an interesting pamphlet that I have from actually from 1991, right? And it was from like all these groups that used to, at that time I was just becoming a teenager, right? Just going into high school at that time. So I used to be like really into channeling information at those times. Like, I was always researching. This is why when I tell you that I have experience with that, and how I don't recommend anything into channeling and all that, because we have source inside of us and you don't need a middleman. When I've been talking about that, that's because I have like 30 years of experience with this kind of information. And there was an interesting pamphlet that I have from 1991 talking about the Lion's Gate that was approaching at that time in 1991. And it says it was from the World Ascension Network. And it was like a lot of metaphysical type of before the internet. There was, through magazines, you would have to order things, and you would get on certain mailing lists and things like that. So certain people that was into that type of information, I was on certain mailing lists. So this pamphlet talked about how that approaching activation of that Stargate of 1991, how that was significant. And they talked about how this has always been a functional Stargate, and how Giza and Egypt as well, it aligns with this access. And even the Orion pyramids, they will align with Giza at a certain time. Now, I was shown that Betelgeuse will go supernova during a Lionsgate alignment. Now, I don't know what year this will happen, but I definitely predict that it will happen during a Lionsgate. It might even happen on 8/8. I just, when this information comes to me, I don't know the exact date, but I predict that it will happen on a Lionsgate, which is interesting. But they're talking about how August 8th, 1991 was very significant, that Lionsgate. So fast forward 30 years now, we had a significant one last year as well, the 2021 Lionsgate. So I believe this one will be a brand new time for channeling those type of renewing energies and initiations as well. But this, throughout history, the Lionsgate has always been Earth's primary interdimensional doorway for energy exchange and initiation for those feline energies, right? So there's certain Earth energy vortexes that we have on our planet that are even condensed energy spots that have guardians, telepathic guardians over these spots. I know this sounds crazy to some people that hear this, but mentally you might be called to a spot. And a lot of times this is where you'll even come in contact with a lot of what people call giants or fae or interdimensional little people, right? A lot of times when there's a condensed Earth energy vortex spot, you'll have a large giant guardian being that will appear to some people telepathically, people that are highly intuitive, that get called to this spot just energetically, don't know why they're there. Sometimes if they're grounded enough or in tune enough, they will be able to communicate with the vortex. The vortex will speak to them and will show them things symbolically. And symbolically, Earth energy vortexes come sometimes as giants and little people. So sometimes when you have a condensed Earth energy vortex, you'll have a giant, and sometimes that giant will be carrying some sort of little person or little powerful being. And when it's condensed energy vortex like that, it's the little person that's holding all the power, because it's a condensed Earth energy. He's the ferocious, powerful one. And almost like the gentle giant is the one making sure that ferocious power is tamed. And he keeps that ferocious power tamed and well fed. Otherwise, it will start to feed on the population, right? And this is connected to the weather patterns at these coordinates on our planet, these Earth energy vortexes, and the collective consciousness of humanity. Depending on these Earth energy vortexes, if they're being worked with appropriately, then it depends on the weather patterns of that area. And people need to realize that. So there's certain spots that some people like myself get called to work with that Earth energy vortex area. And a lot of times when you have a flood of dark energy in an area, there'll be literally floods in weather patterns, like in Kentucky that recently just happened. There might have been an condensed Earth energy vortex in that area that was really out of alignment, and it brought a flood, literally a flood with the weather patterns. So this is important. And a lot of these spots are monitored by the military as well. It's very important for people to realize that as well. So today, actually, right as we finish, I'll be actually going on a mission on Lionsgate to not only charge some crystals, but also work with that Earth energy vortex. So before I go to the chat room, actually, I wanted to show somebody some of the products that we got today as well. I actually do have one, not this one, this is a personal one, but I have one similar to this that's available. That's a smartphone holder that has the tree of life and the flower of life on the back. That is available. I actually only have, like, not the ones that I'm showing here, the ones that I have that are available are stored away and wrapped up and not touched. But these are just examples. I do have one very similar to this of the double wrapped harmonizer, which is the most powerful harmonizer you can have. This is even more powerful than the bigger one. The bigger one is probably just as powerful because it goes, but this has more strength. The bigger one might have go further reach, but this has more power because it's double wrapped. So it's double the strength and it has 8 rings, very powerful, double wrapped. And the crystal balls that I have were charged at summer solstice at North Salem Balanced Rock, and they will be charged at Lionsgate as well. And they all go custom made to fit on top. And you can see how the copper and everything just reflect inside the crystal. And these crystals actually have rainbow glows inside of them. And I have less expensive harmonizers as well, the smaller ones that are really amazing as well. I always also have these bigger rings, and I'm also making these custom copper and crystal pendants as well. So anybody that makes a purchase today will receive fluorite, Elite Noble AAA shungite, and petrified wood. So it's a real awesome package that you guys really shouldn't pass up. And hold on, I'll show you an example. Some of the pendants that I've been making as well, all different kinds of copper and crystal pendants. So this is like a reticulated strawberry stone. It's got the spiral thing as well. It's a spiral design that goes underneath. And I have crystal balls that are copper spiral crystal ball. Let me take the light off. Copper and spiral crystal balls. Pendants as well, all different ones. Even rainbow moonstone pendants, all sorts of ones. Ruby matrix, all sorts of designs as well. So I highly recommend even the raw mu cubit that I have. I can show you guys as well. Also let me see. I do have one large harmonizer available as well. If people are interested. I mean, these are once in a lifetime purchases. They'll last your lifetime. And they come with crystal balls that go custom made to fit on top. This one actually comes with a rainbow moonstone, palm stone, and a crystal ball. And yeah, the raw mu cubit is interesting because let me show you guys. This is the raw mu cubit. This is heavy gauge. So this is really beautiful. And for smaller wrists, for women, they can actually fit this over their wrist. I could force it over if I wanted to, but this is an awesome pendant. It comes with necklace material for charging items as well. And for people with smaller wrists, especially women, they could probably use this as an awesome bracelet. But for me, there's other bigger ones that are bracelets that are on the website as well. And I even have the water rings that fit as bracelets. I could show you. But these water rings, they go over wrists easy. And these are they can restructure water. These are made to custom fit for the water bottles. So you could put your water bottle down in it. And I even have the larger ones that ones will fit right over your smart meters as well. So I definitely recommend if you're in outside the US, I charge for shipping. But if you're in the United States, shipping is free. And every order always comes with a gift. But for Lionsgate, I'm giving out a free package of all goodies. So don't pass that up today. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna go into the chat room for a little bit. Hold on, let me just stop the recording on my. My website is themysticalspiralstore.com. I'll put it in the chat room. Yeah, China being hit right now with weird weather. Yeah, there's a lot of condensed energy. What's up, Masaki's in the chat room. My brother Masaki. Yeah, people don't realize this is part of my connection. And what dream time is connected to as well is connected to the weather patterns and the spirituality and collective consciousness of our planet. And each area that we live in, each coordinate has clusters of intuitive people that are literally, dream time is like a cosmic astral war where we're literally battling for the collective consciousness and the energy and the weather patterns of the area. So if you have a lot of people that are out of alignment, they're not grounded, and they have a lot of dark forces about them, I mean, it'll bring an explosion of dark energy. Literally, the astral war in that area is being lost. So how you conduct yourself in your life is related to who you are in dream time, and it's related to the weather patterns and the overall collective consciousness of your community. And people don't realize it's not just me that when I talk about like the Benindante and Malandante and some, it's just that some people that were born with inside the call, they will experience an event, or sometimes if you're have a near-death experience, you will be shown what actually your path is on the planet. And it's up to you whether you can follow that path. You know, it's up to you what you get polarized towards in your life. And most likely, once you become aware, it becomes a burden for you to even live your life of what's transpiring. Most people that catch a glimpse of what's transpiring, it's very hard for them to conduct a normal life after that. You know, and it's very hard for them to even be able to explain some of the things that they're feeling inside to other people and even sound sane. You know, if I listen to my information from even 3 or 4 years ago, I cringe, because like I wasn't able to, it's interesting still, you know, some of it might be interesting, so, but I wasn't able to put it all together, the pieces of the puzzle all together and explain it right yet. That's the same thing when I get certain visions. It doesn't come with cliff notes. It doesn't come with a timestamp. But like when I was shown that Betelgeuse will go supernova during Lionsgate, I know it's going to happen during a Lionsgate. I just don't know whether it's going to be in 2022 or 2040, you know, but I feel like that is real information that I pulled in, and I pulled that in through, you know, doing diligent work and being noble in my quest for cosmic knowledge, you know, and to align that masculine and feminine principle within myself and everybody. You know, all of us, we have a need to be, all life seeks to be stable. And when you're not stable, you get fucking violent. You get pissed, right? So when we get pissed off in life and we get mad at others, it's only because we're not in a stable sort of state. All life wants to be at ease and eeks to be at ease and a quest for not just truth, like they're saying in the chat room, but a quest for wisdom and a quest to be at ease and stable and in tune with yourself and your environment. You know, they that's what life really seeks. I think all life seeks that, you know. And when you're out of balance, it's really it builds up with you in all sorts of ways, you know. So the masculine and feminine principles can build up to you if you're intuitive. You can collect other psychic energy from people, and as that builds up in people, it could get confused with your kundalini spiritual energy. And that's the type of sorry, Rose, you can just what was the one saying? Someone's lost. Leave, but you don't have to be in my chat room then if you don't want the information. Leave then. I don't care. Sorry, I didn't mean to lose you. But what I'm saying is that the Earth vortex energies are connected to all of us, and that this time we're in is because of there's many people that are collecting energy out there, and it's not being filtered properly. So you're picking up energy from both masculine and feminine principles, and it's confused with sexual energy inside, because that's what that spiritual energy is confused with. It's very similar. And that's why people get confused sexually a lot nowadays as well, because they're very highly intuitive, and they're getting mixed up with cosmic energy. And right now on Lionsgate is when you align. It's an interdimensional doorway for energy and initiation, you know, for us spiritually. So guys, yeah, that today is that thing for today is only for today. Yeah, fluorite, shungite, and Hopi petrified wood. Everybody that makes a purchase will receive that package today. And yeah, this you could see the sun right now is really intense as well. And I know I bring up meteors and comets and all of that a lot, but that's because it's a technology of the universe. And this is how a lot of evolution, this is how evolution is brought to planets. And we are at a time and at a cusp where we're going to go one way or another. And we're channeling the energies and the DNA and the bacteria and the viruses that come to this planet. And our crystal grid is becoming alive with information because it's being written right as we live, right? New information is being broadcasted right along. And with crystals, before I go right now, I'm going to share this information with you. With crystals is like anything else that stores information. There's a way to unlock that information, access that information. It's stored there. Anything that has important information stored of it, of course, to access that information within it, you're going to need some sort of unlocking mechanism or some sort of way to a code or some sort of something like that to unlock it, right? Well, crystals are no different. Otherwise, it's just another little shiny thing on your dresser, right? Another pretty little shiny thing. Well, it's much more than that, because it has cosmic memory of the crystalline harmonic grid of our planet. And when it's carved into certain shapes, the moment that it's carved into certain shapes, it literally becomes a biocrystalline computer for certain things, especially if it's carved into a human skull or some sort of sentient being's skull. Because the moment it's carved into that skull, it becomes almost like a computer recording for the human experience in that specific area and coordinate. So certain levels of our brain hold certain areas of information. So certain levels of that crystal, when you touch it with certain fingers on certain parts of the head, will have certain parts of storage, just like our brain. It's the same thing. And each one of your fingers, think of it as like a key of light, and it's color coded. And when you touch a crystal at certain areas, you can access certain information once that crystal becomes active. And there's a way to activate those crystals by activating them in the moonlight. You're charging them in the sunlight, and you can activate them in the moonlight. So if people want to contact me privately that are patrons of mine, I will show them how to actually activate the data on your crystal to either access data from it or start to record data from it. And this can happen in the moonlight. You can actually make it active where it's like it's live now, right? So they are technology. That's why people are getting called to them and not even understanding why they're getting called to crystals. The knowledge is inside of us. You just got to learn how to access it, right? It's hidden for a reason. This is why even a lot of Christians will say crystals are crazy and evil to touch, because they know that if you have darkness within you, you can access darkness, a flood load of information of darkness from crystals that have it already stored, that data in it. And all crystals can offer you positive and negative information depending on what you got inside of you. So if you're looking for evil, you're going to find evil data within the crystal. And there's a lot of evil out there nowadays. So a lot of people should stay away from them, you know, but a majority out there are good people. If you're a good person, nothing bad will happen to you if you have a crystal. You'll access nothing but good energy. But if you're looking to hurt people out there and you're a bad person and you're looking to do bad things to people and you got crystals on you, you're going to magnify that bad energy. And it will even give you more bad ideas from other past bad events on the planet. So that's incredible, you know. And I told you how our Ankh is the key to life. Well, they're talk about how it's the key to, well, it's actually the key to shutting our magnetic grid on our planet. The Ankh is the coronal mass ejection burst that unlocks the magnetic grid on our planet so codes can come in of evolution in life from cosmic meteors and all of that. And on July 7th, our magnetic shield was shut down for 14 hours because of a coronal mass ejection blast. It was the key to shutting it down. And over in New Zealand is a spot that we have a crystal storage spot. Well, right now, there's the crystalline grid over New Zealand is broadcasting light codes, and it's pulling in the meteors and all of that. So right now, telepathically, if you remote view the New Zealand area, you will see a crystal pyramid structure over New Zealand. It's been there since July 7th, and it's pulling in meteors. It's pulling in skyquakes, and all of this stuff is happening in that area because that area right now is being seeded. You might even see a lot of different flus in that area as well and stuff like that coming up. It's very important. You know, people do not want this information out, everybody, but I have to go because I have to go actually do some things today. And I will be broadcasting live later from the spot that I'm going to. So guys, join me. And only today, Lionsgate, you'll be getting a special package at the mysticalspiralstore.com. Thank you, everybody. If anybody's got any questions in the chat room before I go, I'll be here right now. Of course, you can support me in the chat room. Thank you to Sanitarium Radio, STFU Darcy, the Peaceful Penguin. We got a nice full chat room right here. Esma Perrier, Rose Fiddler. I know you were a little lost now, but I hope you're getting it now. Gladys Kravitz. Wow, Gladys Kravitz. The Peaceful Penguin. Donna J. What's up, Donna J? We got Masaki at Akita TV. We got La Lover Girl, Rebecca. Who else have we got? Who else wants a shout out? Ravel to Expand, Jacob E, La Torres Viva, Amanda King, TNT Live Freely, Sherry K, James Schumann, Jacob of Ephraim, definitely anybody. And if you can't afford to buy anything from my website, if you can't afford to buy anything from my website for real, if you PayPal me $5 for shipping, I'll send you the package still as well. So even if you guys, and make sure that's for real, that you can't afford to buy something. Don't just because you don't want to buy something. You know, but if you really can't afford to buy anything from my website and you still want the free items, well, you pay for the shipping. Just PayPal me $5 for shipping, and I'll send you that package as well. So, no doubt, everybody. So if you don't know what package I'm talking about before I go, it's Elite Noble Shungite, fluorite, and petrified wood. You get like samples of each. And depending on if you buy more than $88 worth of stuff on my website, you get a significant amount more of that product for free. So that's today for Lionsgate, the mysticalspiralstore.com. Some of my items are really very unique and handmade and one of a kind. So, and some of them are charged at sacred dolmens as well, so that you only can get them at my website. They're not something you can get anywhere else. So, and everything usually comes with a personalized note from me and free goodies. Spiral out.